I was
Hello.
Atlas for a second.
Welcome to the stream. I am your host, Camille. I'm also the Dungeon Master. Most of the time. Can y'all hear the music? Okay.
Yes. Is it our music or is it Faith's chosen music?
Wow. Wow.
Just kidding.
Is it Kiri's music?
You're gonna make me spill my coffee again.
It sounds like Kiri music.
It is Kieran music. Somebody says I'm quiet.
Well, that's crazy.
They don't know me very well. Actually, I think this person does actually know me very well.
That's how they know you're quiet.
Yeah, that's fair. So who wants to give the recap in character of what happened last week? Any volunteers?
That's a great question.
Ren, I think you should do it.
I knew if I said something that I would have to go, but that's all right. Let's see. I was asleep in the library, and I had a really amazing dream that I got to go into the kitchen for a snack. Oh wait, but then there was nothing there. So that was bad. And then I asked for help, but there was no one there. Like anywhere. And I sat down and I collected myself for a few moments. And then I woke up. And it turned out it was all a really bad dream. And Kendall and Salix were there. They let me sleep in the library, even though they would have rather they brought me with them when they went places. And Kiri and their special friend were having a food together. And oh, what else happened? I asked a bunch of questions, and then I went back to... Salix went and did something with Kiri's friend. I think they punched at each other a bit. I remember because I was watching with Kiri, and Kiri asked what sleeping's like, which I thought was really strange, but we had a really neat conversation about it because I don't think they sleep. It's really weird, but everybody does different stuff, so it's okay. And I went to check on Kendall. He was being really weird in his room, so I figured he'd probably just need a little bit of alone time. And oh yeah, then we went to the mill and we found this really scary lady that screamed at me. I think it made my ears bleed. I'm not sure. I kind of passed out or blacked out or something for like a second, but in the end we wound up beating her to death. Re-death? How do you do that? She asked for it though, so it was okay. Only because she wanted us to.
It's consensual.
Like, it was. It would never just like start wailing on someone for no reason.
Consensual re-death.
Yes. And I found a nifty tiara. And there was some other junk in the basement of the mill. I don't know. We had a pretty good day, all things considered. Kendall looks like he got beat up a lot, though. I mean, he usually does. He's kind of like slamming himself into everything all the time. You'd think that he'd kind of stop. Oh, and we went to this lake, and it was really gross. Kendall went swimming, and we just watched because it was no thank you. We did that before we went to the mill. I went a little out of order, but that's what I remember. And anybody stop me if I'm wrong. Now that I'm done.
I think that was great.
That was absolutely beautiful.
Very good recap, Dev.
Before we get started, do we have any announcements aside from our special our sponsors from Campaign Coins?
Pink coins.
I don't think so. I think we can go ahead and get started. Okay, let me get us a music change really quick.
Ooh, oh, I have a special announcement.
Please do.
I love you all.
Aww.
That's
I
it.
wasn't ready for that. But hey. Boom.
All right, friends. We pick up at the end of your fight with this banshee. Salix has just healed Kendall. Devereaux is still looking a little rough. What would y'all like to do?
Well, I guess it's time. This is when we go get our reward, right?
You can see the light filtering in a little bit through the trapdoor that you came in, the slide that you slid down. Remember there's a mill upstairs. It's still early morning.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we should probably get going. That was a pretty quick thing. Are there any remains anywhere that we can see?
I think she has, and I'm like on the floor, still looking at my sister. Maybe we should take her belongings and place them to rest somewhere.
That's what I was thinking.
I don't know if she has any remains, though.
Yara was hers? I don't know.
DM, you said there was also like coins and things that people would bring to, like, all those things. Are they just like on a table somewhere? Or?
They're in a corner in a pile, a dusty pile.
I'll walk over and I'll grab like a piece of cloth and I'll gather them all together and kind of just tie it up. And maybe we can find somewhere for these things.
Oh, yes. We can probably find a nice hill or something nearby. Bury them under a pretty tree or something.
As you
That her plant was mountain laurel. We should probably look for some nearby, right?
Oh, yes, that's a great idea, Dev.
You manage to gather her belongings, make your way back to this abandoned mill. And the day is still young. There's a twinge of... Whose passive perception's above a 15? Salix, as you step out... I'll say Salix and Kendall as you step out. Salix, it hits you first, this feeling of stillness about the air. As if you didn't really recognize the tension beforehand, but now that you're out of this mill, excuse me, it's as if a heavy wind has settled. Kendall, as you step foot out of this mill and your foot hits the ground, something feels different. It's hard for you to quite identify, but there's almost a sinking feeling in your gut. But it's you think about this choice that you and your party made, and it feels as though you have been given acceptance from somewhere outside of yourself. What would you like to do?
After leaving the doorway, I'll kind of go off to the side and just take a moment to breathe and just be present. Look around and see if there's anywhere that there's mountain laurel.
Roll for perception. You'll have advantage because this is a plant. And I said so.
Oh, I'm glad I had that advantage. That would be 13. I didn't roll very well.
It's not a hard DC. You would see a mountain laurel kind of it's a tree, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's a bush.
Yes.
A bush tree.
Boosh.
There are some beautiful pink mountain laurels, just maybe like a few 100 feet from you.
All right, I'll make my way there, and on my way out, I will look for any sort of shovel or anything.
I'd say you probably have a spade.
Okay. Well, then I will make my way over the mountain laurel and start digging.
Okay.
I'm right behind
Say,
you.
Lex, do you mind? I could perform a proper funeral. I just need some time to get ready and to get something from a temple nearby, I suppose.
Oh, yes, that would be fine. I'll just get everything ready over here.
Sure, I'll be back soon.
An elf funeral?
I'll help you dig. I'll set the little pouch aside and I'll start using my hands. If there was, I don't think I'd have a spade. I don't think so.
You probably would have something that's suitable for this.
All right, then I'll start using that something to help dig quietly.
How about this? I'll say you have a small, like, hand shovel. That's
Yeah,
like bigger,
I was
a
gonna
little bit bigger
say
than a spade.
any person that is outside for an extended period of time at least has a little hand spade about this big, because
You gotta bury. Yep.
Bury the evidence. I see.
Know what you're talking about.
Devereaux
So-
doesn't.
I'll kneel down next to Salix to help her dig.
And I'll watch.
Curious?
And I take some time, I don't know how much time this would actually take mechanically, to switch out one of my prepared spells for the spell of ceremony.
You can do that. About, I would say, a
And-
minute.
Okay, and I also need to acquire from somewhere 25 gold pieces worth of powdered silver. So if there's any sort of like temple or religious institution,
The temple would
town?
have it.
sure.
Would there be any could we turn any silver trinkets that I picked up, if there were any, into
Yeah.
powder somehow?
I'll say for this, the purpose of this, yes, you could.
Okay.
So yeah, you have all the material components that you need, Alex.
Yeah, my
Gotcha.
herbalism
Okay.
kit would include a stone mortar and pestle.
Okay,
Mortar
sure.
and pestle.
Just beat it to shit. Okay.
I whisper to Salix. I'm sorry she had to go through this as I'm digging.
Me too, but I'm glad we could help. Right.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
It's hard to see. I don't know. That's what's waiting for me, you know?
No, it's not.
It could. Sooner than most.
Well, if I have anything to say about it, it won't.
You know, if this does happen to me, don't wait for me to ask you, but make sure I can rest, okay?
Yeah. Of course. Of course. That would probably break me, but we'll just hope that doesn't happen. We're gonna do our best not to let that get to that. I stop shoveling and like wipe a tear and continue. I do not look Kendall in the eye when we're talking about this.
I can't look her in the eye either. I know I'm not the smartest elf from the grove, but I'm not completely done.
Kendall, you never give yourself enough credit. I stop for a moment and I actually look at you. You really should.
Once I do something worth credit, I'll make sure I do.
You underestimate so many things you do. You don't even know you're brilliant. I see it though.
I can always count on you to see it.
Well, I think that should be big enough.
Yeah, I think so too.
We might have overdone it a little. That bag's not as big as this hole, nearly as big. Okay.
It's okay. I don't want anybody to find this. This is all she's left behind, and well, at least we'll know that it's here. And I delicately grab the bag and I open it and lay down.
Wait. We have to wait for Kiri.
Okay.
They're almost done making the silver powder.
All of this happens in front of Dev, by the way. Kiri, where are you?
I'm probably not very far off, and at this point, I'm probably done.
Okay, you head back.
I imagine.
Gary. What?
There's a
Do you
dog
have, like,
in
a
the
script?
distance.
Did you memorize this? Is this a regular thing? How often do you do this?
Well, I haven't done this one in a long time, but
Oh.
it's a bit of magic, but you can do it for all sorts of things. Coming of age, weddings,
Oh yeah.
any big event.
Like Harvest Festival?
I suppose so. I don't see why not.
I suppose it's more fun when you get to do it for something joyous rather than
Oh,
this.
yeah, but these times are important too. Maybe it's not so much fun, but it needs to happen, you know?
Yes. Just don't mind me. I'm gonna hover and watch.
Okay, Dev. And I will head back to the others. What does this little grave thing look like at the moment?
We've probably dug about at least 3 foot square, probably same
like cube-ish.
Yeah, cube, three by three, I'd say deep 2.
Yeah. We went a little overboard.
Mm. Well, I'm ready when you are.
Okay,
Can I
now you
just-
can.
Okay.
Maybe gently. Maybe keep it in the bag.
Okay. And I just grab it from the knot and I reach down into the little grave and I set it in the middle.
Then let's see. Passing time 1 hour. Okay. I will, over the course of an hour, I suppose, cast ceremony. Mechanically, this just prevents the target from becoming undead. Although I'm not necessarily concerned that that's going to happen. I'm just kind of wherever this spirit is, just kind of trying to impart some peace, I suppose.
Of course. What does it look like?
Yeah, I'll start sprinkling in some of the like powdered silver over the this person's effects.
As you
And
do.
begin basically.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say the ceremony itself is mostly just a prayer to Coralon in Elvish to watch over this person and reintroduce them to the world when they're ready and give them a better life.
You all watch as the silver is sprinkled through on top of this grave. The powder turns to dust and floats, disintegrating. A breeze comes and rustles your hair and your clothes. It's a chilly winter breeze. And Kendall, the hair on the back of your neck stands up.
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
Kendall, the hair on the back of your neck stands up.
Oh.
But not Alex, Kieri, as you complete your ceremony, you feel your fingers are a touch cold. It's comforting. You have an advantage from Daxara. Salix and Kendall cover the grave.
Actually, Salix, let me, if it's okay, let me do this.
Okay. If you don't mind, I was actually gonna make this shrub a little bigger to help cover so that nobody will disturb her.
Okay.
But go ahead. You can do this.
I very firmly and delicately grab and just with my hands and all my arms, I just grab as much dirt as I can and slowly, push it on top of everything. I pat it down and I smooth it over. And then I sit on my knees on the side and wait for Salix to do her thing.
Yeah, and I will use Druidcraft, and it'll take a little while, but I will slowly grow the root structure over the spot so that the shrub will eventually grow up over the spot where we have buried these parts, or the materials, I suppose, the coins.
As soon as it's big enough and that I know that Salix is done with her Druidcraft, I take a really deep breath. And I breathe in as much as this black-green smoke that I've been learning to use. And I concentrate it on my hands and I say a little something to the plant, and I say, "It's time for you to rest, friend." And I cast protection from good and evil on the plant. I'll be the last one to hurt you.
as you cast this spell, the wind picks up again, and some of the mountain laurels, the flowers that have fallen onto the ground, whip up and create a bit of a maelstrom right in front of you. And for a moment, just a brief moment, you feel like you see a figure in that swirling wind of dust and powdered silver and mountain laurels. Maybe for a second you see a face, a feminine face, before it flutters away and the air falls still again.
I'll sit back on my knees and kind of just breathe a sigh of relief. Slumped over, I kind of just take a deep breath, and I get up on my knee and stand up, and I look at my friends. But I don't say anything.
We should probably go.
Yeah, I think I need to lay down for a bit.
Before we go, I move up to the grave and take off the bronze tiara or whatever it was made out of, and just kind of shove the back ends of the circlet into the dirt on the grave, and just step back and don't say anything. Nod my head and turn to go.
Kiri?
I'll just head on out. Meet everyone back then, I suppose.
Okay. Which direction do you head?
Back to town.
Doesn't take you all very long. Same as it took the way in. It's a little bit faster now that you know the way. And it's around noon when you find yourself back in this small town. Would you like to go collect your bounty?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go back to Eldrazi.
Eldrazi.
At the
I was
Badger
looking
and
for it in my
Barrel.
notes. I got it.
Thank you.
Badger and Barrel.
I really should keep my Fates Chosen notes and my Sunday Friends notes separate.
Ooh.
But we're the same world. It only makes sense.
That's what I said, but then now are giving me shit.
We love
Us?
you.
No way.
I can't imagine that being true.
Eldrazi, what would you like to say to Eldrazi as you approach?
Well, we got rid of that wailing. Turns out you had a banshee.
Oh my.
We laid her to rest though. And we shouldn't have any more problems.
Give me a group persuasion check to see how much they believe you.
I'm gonna go ahead and use that advantage already.
Mm-hmm. You still have one more after that.
I think I might have one left
You have one
over
left.
from. Okay, perfect. I'm going to use that.
That was a 16 total for me.
Perfect.
Sailor?
12.
Devereaux?
I'm also using an advantage. Oh, that one I can use Halfling Luck on, though. Oh, that's only one better. Okay,
Devereaux!
so get this straight. I just rolled 3d20 and rolled a 3, 2, and a 1. So 3.
Nice.
I have a 3. Which with my persuasion is a 5.
Kiri.
I'm buying you dice, Ren.
Never.
I
Gonna
got a
need to
15.
send you a cleansing kit.
It's because Dax is taking all of your luck.
Yeah, maybe it's not the dice. Maybe it's just Ren.
It might be just red. Okay.
I'm not sure if I have a cleansing kit big enough for Ren.
It's called a shower.
I'm resigned to my fate. It's okay. It's okay.
You all get that advantage back from Mindy because.
Oh, thank you, Mindy.
Thanks, Mindy.
I love y'all. Mindy, I love you. Please know that.
She knows how it feels, okay?
Alex, you have 4 advantages, so if you wanted to trade one of those for a crit, or 3 of those for a crit, you can.
Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and do that.
Okay. You can do that at any time. You don't have to. You can say it in the moment. So, you get 30 gold. He believes you. And he's quite grateful. Are y'all gonna stay here in town or heading out or?
I don't.
Sounds like y'all have some skills that we could be using around here.
Well, if you know of anything else that needs to be done quickly, then we might be able to help. But I didn't think that we're planning on staying here for very long.
Well,
Do you carry any bounties for other cities?
no, if you want a bounty for another city, you're gonna have to go there. Where y'all heading
What's a-
next?
I don't know. What's the closest city?
Well, Ilverness is the next big city. But, let's see what's nearby. Hold on, let me think. Give me a second, because the Dungeon Master needs to consult her map. Well, I mean, Valzara is just to the west of here. But if you keep heading east, you'll get to the capital, Zandaria. I'd be careful about going around there, though. There's a, I don't know if you know, but there's a big war going on. And the last I heard from my cousin in Zandaria, it's really confusing, but the Imperial Army has advanced on Zandaria, on the capital. And,
Dangerous.
yeah, apparently there's something about, the Empress being corrupt? I don't know. But from what I hear, the Crown Prince, Araya Massier, is leading the charge.
You should probably stay away from that then. It seems a little.
I'm sorry,
Doesn't
what?
sound like something we should get involved in.
What was that name again?
The Crown Prince, Araya Massier, the Massier family that rules the Empire.
Where is this again?
Well, you're in the Empire, you're standing on Empire soil right now. But Zandaria is just to the east of here. It's over that. You got to cross a bit of a river to get there, but it's right there on the delta.
Okay. Thank you.
He's a nice man, from what I hear.
Nice enough to lead a war.
He's kind of young to lead a war. I don't know about all that. Last I checked, I think he's, 29? Maybe 30? 30 years old? He's been
Kiri.
missing for a while.
Kiri, does age make you nicer? I don't understand.
Depends on the person.
Am I nice?
I think
Yes.
so.
Oh, good.
Okay. Well.
Aside
Thank you.
Aside from that, well, if you feel like a dangerous trek, you could head south through the Wildwoods into Grassgrave. Asmarin's nice this time of year. It's a big big city south of the capital. Depends on where you want to go.
Oh. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, and of course, you can always head north to the White Cliffs. There's plenty of work to be done up there. Those towns coming out of winter, they've usually got a lot of work needs to be done. Roads need clearing, trees need chopping, monsters.
Why
need
would you chop
slaying.
trees?
To make houses.
Why would you do all that work?
Okay. Well, thank you. Have a great day.
And I will start shuffling my friends out because it is about to get awkward.
Okay.
I could use a meal and a rest. Not in this city, though.
Did
Maybe
you
we
head back
should.
to the temple?
I
could, or we
don't see
can-
why not.
Or we can find a nice place to make camp.
Camp is good. Does anyone else have any preference? No.
Could head back to the temple. I think it would be nice for us to be able to catch up with some folks we spoke with before we leave town, right? Right? Nudge, nudge.
Right. Let's go, Deb.
I suppose that yeah, I could have another training session. That was fun.
So where should we head after that?
That was a lot of options.
You said Asmarin was nice. I want to go someplace that's nice.
Yeah, that sounds good.
But what makes the White Cliffs white?
Mm-hmm.
Probably the snow.
Snow?
Maybe winter. Yeah, snow.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
If we go
They
back
could
to the
also be made of some sort of white rock
I think it's
under
the
the snow. Why not both?
it could be both.
It could be both. All right, both. Both it is.
If we go back to the monastery, there's not much to eat, so I'll have to go hunting.
Ooh, I'll go with you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Let's do it.
All right.
Dev, have you ever gone on a hunt before?
All the time. You know, I was traveling long before I met all three of you.
Oh yes. That sounds great.
Oh, lucky me. I think I'll let you do all the work this time then, Dev.
That sounds like an awful lot of work, Kendall.
We can share it, Dev. It's okay.
All right.
You can maybe show me one of your neat little tricks. I can't do anything like that with my bow yet.
Don't worry, you'll pick it up someday.
Yeah, so that's what I'd like to do.
As soon as Kendall and Deb get out of earshot, I will lean over to Salix and just be like, if Dev does decide to exert themselves today, they're actually a fairly competent hunter. I mean, I know I can't hunt, and they're probably the only reason we found any food while we were traveling before we met you.
Oh. Well, then Kendall's in for a treat, huh?
If Dev decides to exert themselves today. You never know.
There. I actually wanted to talk to you about something.
Sure.
Well, I don't really think that here is a good place, but maybe maybe later when there's a little bit more privacy.
We can always cut scene to
Yeah.
privacy.
Salix, Kiri, is it okay if we just meet you at the monastery?
That's fine with me. You know where it is.
What do you think, Dev? Pick up some food on the way?
You know where it is?
Not
we were
right
just
now,
there.
but we could find. Oh, the monastery. Yes, I always remember a place I've been.
Okay.
Kiri and Salix.
Have fun, you two.
You as well. Ooh, Dev, catch a rabbit for me
Why?
so I can make you rabbit stew.
Oh wait, I'm sorry, I can't hear.
Oh no.
Oh, there I go.
Whoa.
Sorry.
I lead down to Dev. Trust me, you will want that rabbit stew.
Okay. We'll get a rabbit. Maybe two.
Perfect.
We'll get a couple.
Like all of them. We'll hunt all of them.
But
All
not
of them,
all
every
of them, just within reason.
Well, yeah, one for each
Dev
of
and
us.
Kendall make their exit.
When we are in private, I will say,
Kiri, I'm not quite sure how to approach this, but why did you give away the book?
That book is not something that we should have. It's not something that we are capable of protecting.
But I understand that you might have trusted Sura, but we had just finished rescuing her from a cult. And if they found her once, who knows if they're going to find her again? And if they do, we're not going to be there.
Well, depending on what this cult is, whether or not we're there, might not make a whole lot of a difference. But
What?
to my knowledge, she's at least tangentially connected to the royal family or something. That's where she was headed. Well, whatever they can do, I imagine it's a lot more than what we could do.
You know, I gave you that book to read and give back, right? I thought you wanted to check in on your queen and make sure that you knew how best to protect her. I wanted to do the same, to be honest with you.
So that was what I very much intended on doing. But when I saw the opportunity to put this in a place where it could be better protected, I took the opportunity.
And why didn't you tell me? You gave the book away and then you just pretended like nothing happened? Were you gonna wait a week, a month until I asked you? And the entire time, the way for me to protect my god is getting further and further away. Possibly into the wrong hands, and we don't know. We have no way of knowing. How do I know I can trust you to make good decisions? To make decisions that, you talk to us about. The first thing you did was heal me, and it shows you're kind, and I don't know if you're kind and misguided or kind and foolish sometimes, or maybe it's all a mask. I don't know.
Salix, how long have you been gone from your grove? How long?
I've been gone from my grove for not very long at all. I'm still figuring things out, so...
There is a whole world out here of things beyond our comprehension. And should I have told you? Maybe, but quite frankly, I was worried that you would think we should continue to hold on to this thing. Because I can tell you, what I did in the best interest of everyone we are traveling with. I have seen fire rain down from the sky. I have seen my friends obliterated. I have seen people I know hollowed out from the inside and made to fight their friends and families because something more powerful than they were decided that their autonomy was in the way of their desired ends. There are things out there that could crush us. I did this to protect us because, quite frankly, we are not capable of protecting this thing. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like we are still in possession of this book.
You're not wrong. She gave it to Kendall inside of a bag of holding to help protect it. But I still want to read it, and I agree that we should get rid of it. We should give it to someone who is more powerful and trustworthy and able to protect it than we are, but that needs to be a group decision. We are all affected by it. Even being in our position once,
I'm not sure we are all affected by it. Quite frankly, I don't think we have been affected by it yet. We have not seen some extraplanar entity just... We have not encountered so far any trouble for having this. And we had better pray to every god that exists in every plane that we do not get affected by it. Because if we are affected, we will all die. Anything that is interested in this book is too powerful for us to handle. And should it have been a group decision? Yes, honestly, it probably should have been. But it needed to happen.
Suppose so. I will go to my room.
Kendall and Devereaux.
Dev, look. There's a clearing over there. We should find some rabbits there.
In a clearing? Isn't that
Well-
like the worst place to hang out?
No, you gotta look for a clearing surrounded by woods with a lot of ground cover.
Okay. I knew that. I was testing you.
Did I pass?
We'll see if there are any rabbits here. That will prove whether you pass or not.
The whole time I'm looking at Dev, not looking for rabbits.
Hold on a minute. Do you hear that? It's quiet.
Yeah, it is. But there's a little rustle of leaves. Can you hear it?
I think I just hear the wind. Kendall, how long have you been hunting?
Ever since I was a child, I guess.
Okay. How long's that?
Well, I'm 101, so like 95 years.
You're how old?
I'm 101.
You're kidding.
I'm the older one.
No, Kiri's the older one.
Well, that's true. I meant the older Evertree.
Oh, okay. So that okay, that makes sense. All right.
I know everybody thinks Salix is the older one.
No, I was gonna say you're always doting on her.
Oh.
Of course you're the older sibling.
Hey, do you have any siblings?
I do.
How do you want to? Can we talk? Can I ask you?
As long as it doesn't scare away the rabbits. I'm
There's
still
a whole,
looking.
there's a couple. We can
Where?
always find more.
Okay. I have a sister. Just one. And she's younger than me.
Hey, just like me.
Sort of.
How come they're not here with you?
She's not as exciting as Salix is.
What do you mean?
She likes numbers and books. And I mean, I like books too, but she likes like ledgers and business and boring stuff. So she's home because she likes that stuff. You can't
Yeah.
really adventure and account at the same time, you know?
That's what my dad always told me.
Like word for word?
Well, along the same lines. He really likes his ledgers and books and his trading and speaking with merchants.
Oh, man, sounds boring.
I know. Why do you think I'm out here?
Because it's more fun than that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So, my sister's the opposite of your sister, and your dad's the opposite of my dad.
What do you mean? Does your dad not like books either? Or numbers, I guess?
I don't really know what my dad likes. Other than... I'm sorry.
It's okay. My dad doesn't talk much either.
But you know a bit about him, right?
Yeah, I mean, spending 101 years with somebody.
It must be nice.
Oh. What do you mean? It's your dad.
He left home when I was like 8. don't know much about him.
I'm sorry, Dev.
It's okay. He used to write us letters, so I at least know some of the places he's been. I don't know.
Do you want to find him?
I'd rather find a rabbit.
I can find a rabbit. I pull an arrow and I put it onto my bow, and I look for the nearest rabbit. As long as there is one.
Make a survival check. Wait, you're a ranger. Never mind. You see just two little ears sticking out.
I let go of the arrow.
I knew that was there.
I know. You were the one who told me.
So you passed the test.
I think we should get more.
Yeah, probably.
Hey,
I'll
I
let you
know.
Find the next one too, just to make sure you're still up on your skills.
I walk over to the rabbit and I grab the arrow to pick up the rabbit with it. And I don't look at Dev when I ask. I know you kind of wanted to stop talking, but I kind of wanted to ask you something.
Yeah.
Is your family proud of you?
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know what I mean. That's why I want to ask.
Depends on who you ask. Honestly.
Does your mom expect more out of you than... than what you can give?
Which mom?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I
How
mean?
many moms do you have?
Just two. But my blood mother doesn't think much of me. She thinks I'm lazy.
You know, I couldn't tell you what my mom thinks of me.
I'm sure she thinks the world of you, like...
No, Salix does.
Well, you two are... You're... like... Sorry for the expression, but like peas in a pod. There's no way your mom can't be proud of both of you. Right?
We may be two peas in the pod, but we're different.
Well, what would be the point of being different people if you were the same?
I clear my throat and I turn over to Dev. You know, I'm glad that I found you.
Me too.
I come from, you know where we come from, and it's nice to be a little bit more myself. And well, for what it's worth, I think you're great. And I couldn't have caught this rabbit without you. And I hand him the rabbit. Here you go. We need more, though.
You know, you're the first elf to tell me that. And also to give me a rabbit at the same time, but
Hey, you always wanted to be the first, right?
there's plenty of firsts. There's plenty more to find, right?
I extend my hand out and I go, yes, to many more firsts. And I offer a handshake or a real good arm shake.
I go in for a hug.
Ugh. And I wrap my hands around Dev. Yes. I'm starving and tired. And I'm starving and I'm tired.
Me too.
You want to take another bath?
After all this hiking, probably.
I don't usually take this many baths, but I'm growing to like the warm water.
I want to thank you for, I mean, kind of piggybacking off of what you said. If it wasn't for you, I'd have lost Kiri. You know that, right?
What do you mean? I mean, yes.
Well, we ran into each other that night. I was stumbling like an idiot in the woods.
I don't think I would have been able to do it myself either, Dev.
Well, then we just needed each other. But I want to thank you anyways.
Hey, maybe I've been looking for things and places, but maybe all I needed was you and Kiri. I'll always have Salix, but it's nice to have more people around.
Yeah. It wouldn't be as much fun if I was just wandering around on my own.
Well, let's keep wandering and maybe Salix and Kiri are ready to have dinner. I'm sure
Yeah.
they're waiting for us too.
Not too much wandering. You said you knew how to get back to the temple.
I meant after that. I'm Dev. I'm really good at remembering where I've been.
Okay.
And I lead us back to the monastery.
Can hear you.
What do they find, Salix?
I'm in my room. I'm face is tear stained, just sitting on the bed.
Dev, would we have split up when we got to the monastery?
I think probably. So we got the rabbits, we need the person to make the stew, and we need all of our friends to eat together. So, yes.
I'll go get Salix. I'll be right back. We'll meet in the kitchen.
Okay, I'll go find Kiri.
Kendall, you first.
Salix, look, we got all petals.
Hey. Sorry, how many rabbits did you get?
I set down 3 rabbits on the how many? 4 rabbits, 5 rabbits on the table. And I kind of just chuck them at like the little table, and I like kind of walk briskly over to her, and I sit next to her and I say, "What's wrong?"
Well, you know, I talked to Kiri about book.
Yeah?
They weren't wrong.
About?
Well, I was mad that they gave it to Sura and didn't talk to us or tell us about it at all. And the fact that we had just saved Sura, I mean, how far could she get? And we never went back to do anything with that last cultist.
Yeah, but what were we supposed to do with that cultist?
I mean, they knew who we were and essentially where we were. I don't know. I mean,
Well, you're right. We didn't know, but how would Kiri know that?
Well, if the book gets into the wrong hands, then I feel kind of responsible for it, you know? Don't you?
Well, yeah. But I mean, Kiri's right. We shouldn't keep the book, but I definitely don't think Sura was able to. We should have had it. I mean, we met her one day, and the next day she was hanging over some kind of ritual.
That's what I said. But apparently she was going somewhere where more powerful people would have been. But I don't know. I told them that I really felt like we should have all talked about it. I mean, if it gets to anybody, you know, it could be traced back to us or really anything, but I don't know.
Sura could see things that most people couldn't see, right?
Possibly, yeah.
And
I mean,
she knew that she would see us again. And she did. And if she knew she had to keep the book, why did she give it to me?
I don't know.
You're telling me not to be so unsure of myself all the time. And I'm trying, and I need you to be sure of yourself too.
Put my
Otherwise,
hand on my cheek. Fuzzy, I understand wanting to be sure of yourself, but there are powerful beings out there much more capable than the four of us are.
Didn't you tell me? Didn't you say to me, would I trust anyone else with this book?
You're right.
And we don't need to keep it forever.
Kiri's also got really good points too. I feel kind of foolish. I think we should talk with everybody about it. I'm sure Dev would like a say in what happens to us. They're in this too.
Whatever you think is best, Salix.
It's not just about me, Fuzzy.
It's not just about either just one of us. I know.
Yeah. All right. Let's get these rabbits going.
Devereaux, as you approach Kiri's room, you see a familiar figure. And with them, it's the Summer Ladrin Alane. Kiri!
Hey.
You get back to your room, and Alana is on your bed, seated.
Hey,
Hi. I think we need to talk.
okay. What's going on?
Why are you really here?
This monastery?
Yes.
Or one of the people I'm traveling with is, well, you met her. You were fighting her. She's a something of court. I don't really know what her title would be, but she wanted to visit to train, and oh, you showed up.
Roll for persuasion.
22.
Kiri, I've known you a long time. And you've always been honest to me. So I'm going to choose not to believe what they're saying. I'm going to choose not to believe that you brought a powerful artifact here. So that they would come and destroy all of us.
You know, funny story. I believed that I had passed that off to someone who could adequately deal with it, and evidently that was not the case.
You didn't know you had it?
No, well, I knew we took possession of it. I passed it off to somebody who was connected to the royal line of the empire here, and, well, one of my friends apparently retrieved it from her before we departed. So we're evidently still in possession.
Have you heard of the Silence?
No. Should I have?
They're a faction here, mostly humans, more elves than I'd like to really admit. The rumor is that they worship the Whispered One, but I don't know if I believe that. What I do know is that we've spotted scouts outside of the monastery. And with these people, for every one you see, there's 100 you don't. Kiri, we could be surrounded.
How many have you seen so far?
3.
Are there any sort of tunnels or exterior passageways to get people out?
Yes, we've already worked on clearing them. Some of them are old
Okay.
and not usable, but they're moving as quietly as they can. They think there might be a spy inside as well. I have been trying to convince them that it's not you.
Is there a place that...
They're under
Okay.
the impression that one of you is working for the Silence. Or is working with them, or is working for someone who wanted to lead them here. I don't know. There's a lot of speculation.
Well, fuck. Is there a place these people can be led once we get them out of the monastery? Is there a place that these people can actually go?
We can take them to
We-
Elverness.
Okay. We will split off from you as soon as we can.
I don't know.
But
I don't know if that's a good idea. These people are powerful. I have an idea, but I don't think you're going to like it. And you'll have to talk to your friends about it.
Well, probably better than any ideas I have.
The Silence, they're not... Well, they're assassins, but ordinarily they just... I think you should give it up. Give it to them, and they will leave. If you don't, we could all die. It's that simple. There are enough monks here that we could probably hold out for some time. But that would be asking all of these people to die for you. And they do not know you.
Well, you weren't kidding. What more do you know about these people? What worst case scenario? What happens if they actually get this thing?
I don't know much. I don't know as much as I would like to. I've been studying the various factions here on the Prime Material Plane. They each have their own objectives. None of them seem absolutely objectively evil or good, though they would like to pretend they are. I do know that the Silence is often held as a scapegoat for assassinations or other thefts. I know that it is their objective, above all, to keep power out of the wrong hands. From...
Well, that doesn't sound so bad.
It doesn't. But when you put all of that power into one group, so the headmaster sent me to talk to you.
Oh, well.
You should go speak to your friends.
Sure, I should.
Curie. I'm not ready to lose you. Don't do anything stupid.
Well, you might need to count on my friends for that.
She stands and gives you a nod and leaves the room. And that is where we're going to take our midstream break, friends!
Oh, God!
Be right back. Welcome back. Sunday, friends. What are you doing?
The loaded question.
I was supposed to find Kiri.
Hold on, we're so quiet. Hold on.
Sorry.
Maybe that'll be better.
Nope, better now.
Cool.
All right. Sunday, friends, what are we doing?
Does Dad find me as I open the door?
Yes.
Like right about to knock on the door. Oh. Hi.
She just gives you a nod and walks away.
Hi, Alex. I'm smiling because I'm a fucking idiot, but Kiri looks extremely stressed right now. Hey, Dev. I've got a little bit of a problem. Let's go find the siblings.
Nothing a good dinner can't fix. We got a handful of rabbits, and from what I'm told, Salix is a great cook, or at least rabbit stew. So we can go find them and get dinner.
I think the quantity of dinner we would need to fix this problem is currently unattainable. So let's go find the twins for now.
Did your friend upset you?
No. If anything, we upset her, but come on, Let's just go.
Well, following behind you. What did I do?
Us as a collective, not necessarily any of us as individuals. Although, well, I won't talk about that. Let's just keep going.
Okay.
I'll walk on over to the twins. I keep calling you twins, and you're not fucking twins. The
Close
siblings
enough.
room. Knock, knock, knock.
Yeah, I'll let you in. Yeah, come in. I think all of us need to talk before we do anything else.
Oh boy, do we need to talk.
Gary's upset. And dinner won't help. I don't know what to do.
We're all upset, I think, except for you, Dev. You seem to be really happy, which is nice. It's refreshing.
Why is everyone so upset?
Well,
I don't-
because here, I close the door. So remember that book?
Hold on, Petals.
Which book?
And I walk over to the door and I want to try to see if there's any noise or potentially anybody listening in.
I'm going to need to pause you there for a second, Salix. We don't quite have time to be upset. There are people outside the monastery from some organization, and they're most likely looking for the book. And Alan A thinks that they're likely dangerous, and we need to figure out what to do here.
Dev, you're muted.
I know. I said that on character. What kind of people?
From some...
Is it a good organization?
I don't think it's that simple, but it sounds concerning. Whether they're good or not, they may find the greater good to be a situation in which they start killing people to get the book in service of the greater good.
That doesn't sound good.
I think I agree with you there, Dev.
Well, I'd hope so.
I pull out the bag of holding and I plop it on the table. So besides giving it to potential ritual victims, what do you propose we do, Kiri?
What book are you all talking about?
Remember the book?
What?
It's the one that Kendall found about,
And I whisper very, very quietly,
how to kill gods and other really powerful beings.
Huh, okay.
Not quite the book you want in just anyone's hands. We definitely aren't strong enough to fully protect it, but being here with it is giving everybody else our danger too.
We need to go, or the book needs to go. But one of those two things has to happen.
I mean, we should probably go anyways.
What, like right now?
Maybe so.
Now adjacent. Soon.
Well,
I don't know if big cities is a good idea either.
There was a proposed solution. I'm not sure you're going to like it, But Haldane, quite frankly, just recommends we hand it over.
Who? To who?
People watching the monastery. The Silence, as I understand they're called.
Who
They're
do
watching us right
they-
now?
They're watching the monastery.
Who
There
do they
is magic
answer
that
to?
I understand well, they might worship something. That part is undefined, but they have their own internal hierarchy.
So you don't know who they are, but you want to give them the book.
I'm not sure I necessarily want to. I'm saying that's an option that has been proposed, and it does have the benefits of keeping everybody alive and unharmed. I'm not necessarily saying that's the best option, but
That's where you're wrong,
an
Carrie.
option.
It may keep us alive, but it won't keep everyone alive. Especially if we don't know who these are.
Like, who's to say
As
we
I
don't just
understand,
give the book and then they kill us anyways?
that's possible, but that's a good point.
Carrie, I agree. We need to find a place for this book, but I knew Sura, or at least knew her more than whoever the Silence is, and I wouldn't trust her with a book either. She trusted us with a book. So I think it's our duty to find its right place.
Or at least a better one, right?
What makes you put so much faith in what Sura has to say in the first place? I mean, don't get me wrong, she seems like a fine person, and I'm not saying that she doesn't have some magical capabilities, probably well beyond what we're capable of, at least as individuals. But just because she trusted us to hold this doesn't necessarily mean that's a good idea.
But giving it to strangers is a better idea?
I don't, quite frankly, necessarily. I'm not sure. I'm saying that was suggested to me. I don't really know what we should do.
Well, I had a suggestion too, and here we are.
Wait, what was your suggestion?
Sura suggested that we take it.
And we already
Well,
have it, so...
What do we do now?
Exactly.
Well,
I'm telling you that I don't want to give it to the Silence. I think that's a terrible idea.
All right, then what do we do now?
well, if we think that going into a bigger city will put people at danger, we could go south further into the wildwoods. Kendall, I know you always said you didn't have any magic, but I think you have a special kind of magic, and I don't understand it, but you seem to find hidden places, I think. And maybe you can find somewhere safe for us to hide it.
What? What do you... what kind of place do you want me to find? I don't...
Just
No. The one portal he found had demons coming out of it.
well,
I mean, I don't know how to explain this, but I don't find these places. I don't look for them. They're just...
so let's go into the wildwoods, start going south, and see what we find.
But we haven't ever been through one of these portals. What's...
Well, I didn't say go through a portal, but
maybe...
I mean, you found the temple of the big giants area, whatever game place that was, and that grove in the mountain, and you keep finding these spectacular places just by accident, I guess.
So maybe we'll find where it belongs by accident if we keep looking?
Why not?
Dev? Kiri?
I look sidelong at Kiri.
Well, this isn't a long-term survival strategy. It still leaves us with the question of how to get out of here in a way that doesn't put the rest of the monastery in danger, but...
Well, we have to make it known that we are leaving.
Kiri, somebody told you this place was being watched, right?
Yes.
Go tell them I have the book. And I will give, and I'll grab the bag, and I'll hand it to Salix. Me, and then I grab all the leather off of it, and I grab one of my other bags, and I cover that leather with it, just to make it look like it obviously looks like I'm wrapping leather around this bag, and I'll put it over my shoulder. Tell them I have the book.
What do you intend on doing?
I can get out of here, and I know that I know these woods better than anybody. We've been all around it for these past couple days, and I've told Dev already, I never forget a place I've been.
Kendall, you can't go alone.
I won't go alone. But we can meet somewhere. Once we lose them. Let's just have our dinner. Have them watch us. And in the middle of the night when everybody's supposed to be asleep, I'll sneak out. And they'll definitely follow me. And then you all can meet me somewhere. And I think that lake may be a good place.
Do you really expect to sneak out alone? Again?
I don't know. Maybe a certain woodland creature can come with me.
I can be quiet as a mouse. And how do Dev and Kiri get out?
They won't have much trouble when the silence would be following us.
Makes sense for them to leave at least one person to follow us, just in case. I mean, I'm not an evil organization, but that just seems like it's villainy 101.
Well, Alane said she saw, I can use words. Alane said she saw 3 scouts watching the monastery, and seemed to have some justifiable reason to be suspicious that there were more of them. So, well, let's say you run out and you draw the attention of some amount of people. If it doesn't look like too many, maybe you could bring them to the lake and we could deal with that problem as it arises and then leave.
I
That would also
There's
make it.
Someone's at the door. I walk up to the door.
I grab the bag, or I don't have the bag. Never mind.
I will answer the door.
Just a second.
Yes.
It's Alanae. She's dressed a little differently than she normally is. She looks like she's dressed for combat.
I make a big deal about kind of like pushing the bag that's over my shoulder behind my back.
She glances at all of you. You can see in this summer ladron form, her golden hair has been braided into 2 braids down to her chest. What is your decision? She looks right at you, Kiri.
Kendall has the book and he's going to leave. Ideally, later in the evening. Hopefully that'll give some of us enough time to rest up and be ready for whatever happens next.
I put my hand on the bag and I say, I'm not giving this book to somebody we don't know.
You might not have a choice.
Yeah, and why is that? And I start reaching for my short swords.
Do not do that. Looking directly at Kendall.
Listen to your friend.
Fuzzy, we don't want to start a fight.
Because you can't finish it.
I'm not starting anything.
You're reaching for your weapons. It certainly looks like you're starting
We can't hear you.
What about now?
Yeah.
Yep, there you go.
You're reaching for your weapons. It certainly looks like you're starting something.
I'm not the one dressed in armor.
This isn't for you. This is for the... This is for those who are swarming the monastery.
Right now?
Kiri, I told you where there was one you could see, there was 100 you couldn't. We've got 10.
Let's leave now then. While they're all buzzing about.
You leave, take the book. Take the book, don't take it out of the bag, and I'll find you tomorrow morning. I have to help these people.
I pull a preserved flower out of one of my bags and I hand it to Kiri.
This is for luck. It's just periwinkle, but
Thanks, Alice. And hey, I know things got a little heated before. No hard feelings?
none.
And I reach down and just pat your shoulder.
No, fuck that. I'm going in for a hug.
I'll hug you back.
Be careful, okay?
Will do.
And I kneel down at Dev's level and put my arms out.
Can I have a hug too?
You're muted.
You really have to go?
We're fast.
I wish I could go with you. And I'll hold my hands out too.
I bring them in for a big hug.
Well, be careful, okay?
I was just gonna ask that. Be careful.
Us Evertrees have a few tricks up our sleeves.
And I will stand up, make sure I have all my bags, and look to my brother.
You ready?
Goodbye, Dev. We'll see you soon. I'm sorry about all this, Kiri.
Me too.
I look at Alan and I say, don't worry, we're leaving. And for what it's worth, I'm sorry about all this too.
As Kendall and Salix leave, Alane walks up to you, Kiri. If there's something you want to say to them, say it now. This might be the last time you ever see them alive. If you're really going to split up now, you better be sure you're ready.
I've never been really good at this sort of thing, but
Oh, I know. I remember.
fuck. Run fast, run far.
That's the one thing I'm really good at.
Even if this is the last time we see each other, and I do end up dying horribly in this godforsaken plane, well, it wasn't all bad. I did get to meet you.
Glad to know you, Kiri. And you, Dev. Thank you, Alane. My apologies for the trouble. Come on, Fuzzy. Let's go.
Let's go.
As the Evertrees, as you make your way towards the front door, the headmaster is there waiting for you. He gives you each a knowing look, but he doesn't say anything.
Thank you for everything. I apologize for bringing trouble to your door.
Thank you.
When you're ready, go ahead.
May you be strong and swift as the wind.
And you.
You're muted, but I read your lips.
And you. Whenever you're ready, he'll open the door for you.
Well, Fuzzy, I was thinking quiet as a mouse, but I think I need to be swift as the wind today. I'll stay in my own form for now.
I think that's a good idea. I grab my bow and I hold it in my left hand. You ready, Petals?
Let's go.
The two of you look out. The sun has just set in the woods, or over the woods. You see the last twinkle of dusk orange, burnt umber fade away. As you look out in the courtyard, it's empty. Even in the tree lines, you don't see anyone out of the ordinary. What do you do?
I make a big deal about tightening the satchel around my shoulder.
Start walking, weapons close, eyes scanning for anything out of place.
Make a perception check. Kendall, make a performance check.
Natural 20.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, I got a 21 total, so.
Okay.
27.
Okay. You two feel pretty convincing. That 27, you see that there are about 8 figures in the tree line.
I say under my breath, 8, and then just like spokes on a sundial, what numbers they would be at. very quietly so that only Kendall can hear me, unless someone has really good ears.
Okay. So just for the record, who has the book?
Kendall.
I thought I had handed it to you.
Oh.
Salix has the book.
Salix has the book.
Salix. So you had a decoy around you. Okay.
Mhm.
Salix has the book wrapped in probably rabbit skin sewn up. She has a rabbit skin satchel, which is in her normal satchel. So she's book in bag, wrapped in rabbit skin in normal satchel.
Is it in the bag of holding?
Yes. The bag of holding is wrapped in the rabbits.
Yeah, we never took it out of the bag of holding.
Okay.
Okay.
You know how to get to the lake, right?
Yes.
If we have to split up, meet me there. But I hope we don't have to.
I've gotten faster, Fuzzy.
So have I.
This will be fun.
Are you ready?
Let's go.
Go.
Do you two walk together to the woods, or are you splitting up?
No, together still right now.
Together to the woods. You break the tree line. And it's silent. It's quiet. Salix, you hear some... You extend your consciousness out, expecting to hear at least a flutter of wings of birds or a deer, but there's nothing. "10 feet. 20 feet.
Can I
30 feet into the woods. What do you want to do, Kendall?
Can I feel if there's any... How do I... Basically, I want to make like an Arcana check
What do you want the goal of this to be?
to see if there's any type of magic creating a silence.
Oh, you want to know if it's a magical silence?
Mm-hmm.
You could roll a nature check for that.
I too would like that.
Sure.
18 total.
Nature. 17.
It's not magical, it's just that's what happens when a bunch of people are being very quiet in the woods.
Yep.
Looks like they're still following us.
40 feet. 50 feet.
Split.
60 feet. A figure. Blocking your path. Elven. Slender. Although, not as tall as you. They take a few more steps closer. And with your dark vision, you can see they're wearing a hood, but as soon as they're within 60 feet of you, they pull it back. Female. Sharp, regal features. Dark brown eyes. She looks at you. Takes a few more steps closer. Hand it over.
I'm sorry, what?
Hand it over.
Hand like
I've got some
these-
berries if you'd like them.
These rabbits?
Ooh, yes, I've got a great recipe for rabbit stew.
If you're hungry, we can make you food.
Salix.
Yeah.
You're gonna take 20 points of bludgeoning damage as something comes up from behind, and you feel a quarterstaff come and crack against your skull. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, that's not great. 13.
You are dazed and stunned.
great. I was just about to say that's when Salix breaks and runs.
Kendall, you feel this, and you see a blur behind you, but as soon as you look to try and attack this figure, it's gone. The elf takes a few more steps closer. Hand it over. This is your last warning. We are not afraid to take your lives.
So she like fell to the floor?
She's just standing there like stunned, like frozen.
Shit. Well, hold on. And then I grab my hand over and I cast Cure Wounds on my sister. That's a 1d8 plus 1. So that's 7 total. And then I bolt to the opposite direction.
You were running?
Yeah.
Okay. I need you all to roll initiative.
This is gonna be so bad.
I just crit.
And I got a 17.
So 24 total for me. Ah, yes.
Before we get started into this, Kiri and Devereaux,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Is there a place that I could like a front window, like 3-4 stories up, as high as I can get to just watch them go? Specifically, I would like to see what quantity of people are following them, and if there are any people staying, if that's something I can see.
Roll for perception.
Oh, okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. What's my perception bonus? Uh, 17 plus 2, 19 total.
Yeah, you see about 12 to 14 figures.
Oh no. That is a lot more than I thought.
Some of them have dogs. It's wild. Kiri, do you tell Devereaux?
Yeah, I absolutely do tell them.
I've just been pacing the whole time.
Okay.
I hate this. I hate this.
Are either of you
Kiri,
going
I
to
hate
take
this.
any actions?
Can we just let them go, Kiri? Do you really think these people need our help if the book is leaving?
Is Alana around here somewhere?
If you would like her to be, yeah.
Yeah. Do you think you have this under control? Well, do you think you would have this under control if whatever you think could happen does happen?
They're not coming for us if they get the book.
Alright.
We just sent our friends out to get ambushed by them.
We should follow. Let's go.
I'm glad you said it, because I was gonna ask. Let's go. And I start running.
Okay. Okay. Both of you give me an initiative roll.
I'm rolling well tonight. 19 minus 1 for an 18 total.
I got a 10.
Also, for the sake of narrative, at some point immediately prior to the initiative roll, could I say goodbye to Alan and give her a kiss before I go?
I was going to say that. So she catches you as you begin to leave and grabs your arm firmly and, if you'll allow it, pulls you in for a impassioned goodbye kiss.
All right, I'm here for it.
Okay. She slips something into your pocket.
Ooh, that would be a note for later. Oh, hopefully we'll see each other again.
I don't doubt it.
Hopefully we don't try to kill each other that time.
We'll see about that.
Guess we will. Bold.
Deborah, you have an autocrit.
Excellent.
Salix, you're first in initiative. You feel the stun wear off, and you look around, and all you see is this singular elf. What do you do?
Okay. Immediately run as far as possible, the complete opposite way. Like, Kendall went that way, I go this way.
Okay.
This is a practice maneuver.
Yes.
He's going
east, you'll go west.
Yes, we will essentially just make a giant loop back to that lake. And I move 45 feet myself. However, when I get a little bit of ways away, I will, if I can break line of sight at all, like behind a tree, I will turn into a panther and run even faster. I run 50 feet. I will also attempt to like hide as I go. I don't know if that's really all I'm doing this turn.
Okay. Okay. I need you to make, as you are running, dodging through these trees, your heart begins to race, thudding in your ears. Feels like everything begins to slow down. Tell me your passive perception again.
17.
17. At the end of this sprint that you make, after 6 seconds, a figure appears in front of you. It's a dark-skinned human male. I'm sorry, dark-skinned human female with hair pulled back into braids. She is dressed in dark browns and greens, and you'd think that she's almost like almost like your brother dresses, the ranger type, but clearly has the body of a trained monk. And she stands right in front of you and pulls yourself into a position. She looks at you. Give me the book.
I growl as a panther.
Very well. Hold on, we need better music. She's gonna make 2 melee attacks against you. That's gonna be a 19 and a 20. All right. You're gonna take, as she brings this, pulls from her back a pike and lunges at you with it. Yes. You're gonna take 10 points of force damage for each attack, so that's 20.
Okay. The first attack hits, and still a panther. The second attack hits, and there is a flash of green energy, and my form reverts, and I am standing in a defensive position to match hers. So you said that was 20 total?
Yes.
Okay.
Kiri. What are you and Deborah
Yep.
doing? Where are you running?
Where am I running? I'm running after them. I don't know if I saw them hit the tree line, but I'm basically running to where I saw them go into the tree line.
Make a perception check to see if you can find your friends.
Okay. No, that one's not so great. 13 total.
You run and dash forward. You don't see them right away, but you feel like you're catching up.
Okay, sure. What are the chances I could be carrying Dev because he is
Yes.
not, or they are not fast?
Yes. Kendall,
Plenty fast.
what are you doing?
Sorry, Dev.
I'm making sure people are following me.
Okay.
Are
you just running?
And I'm just running.
Okay. Mother bitch, why are y'all doing this to me?
Split the party 3 ways.
We were forced. This isn't our fault.
Okay. Similar with, as I described for your sister, you're running, and you definitely feel there are at least 2 or 3 humanoids following you. But then one steps out in your pathway. He is shorter, elven, dressed in dark blues and greens. You recognize him as... you recognize some of the things at his side as the same kinds of things that your sister carries. Components for things in Druidic. And as you approach this elven man, although it looks a little bit more half-elven now that you're closer, holds his hands out to the sides. He's unarmed, and he says, "Stop." Do you keep running?
No, I stop. But I start reaching for an arrow. And I cast Planar Warrior. But I don't shoot my arrow. I just get it ready.
You are making a grave mistake.
Yeah, and why is that?
You are surrounded. And that book is not worth your life.
Is it worth yours?
You think you can kill me?
I'll try.
This is your last chance. Do not say I didn't warn you. Okay.
Yeah, let go of my arrow.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Fuck. That's a +0, so I have a 16.
It's a failure.
Is it too late to do an advantage?
It is. If I tell you the result of it,
Okay.
it's got to be before. 4, 10, 17, 18, 32 points of radiant damage, and you are blinded as a massive sunbeam comes down out of his extended hands from the sky and lands directly on top of you.
You said 31, right?
Yeah, 32.
32? Yeah, anything above. I'm at 23 health, so.
Okay. Kendall, what do you see as you go out?
I mean, what happens to that arrow that I had ready?
Make your attack roll.
Yes. That's a natural 20, making it a 27.
Roll for damage.
Let's see, 1d8 plus my planar warriors 1d8. That's 8 plus 3, so 11.
That's your total damage from a crit.
Oh, hold up. That's 23.
It sinks into his shoulder, and as you fade, you fall to the ground. He just yanks it out and drops it to the ground. Kiri. No, Salix. Actually, Devereaux, do you want to do anything while you're on the back? While you're being carried.
I'm also looking for where to go.
Roll a perception check. Unless you'd like to roll survival for tracking.
I'd like to do survival. It's better than my perception. I'm looking at the ground from Kiri's shoulders or whatever. Wait, Kiri, how are you like carrying me like firemen's carry or what? 14.
Kiri, how are you carrying Devereaux?
I'm not sure. How would Devereaux like to be carried?
Like that.
Okay, sure. Like that.
Like that.
Yeah, fireman's
Beautiful.
carry.
Okay.
I'm just looking for traces of where Kendall's gone. Because I can track Kendall, because I've been traveling with Kendall all day.
You said what did you roll?
14.
Okay. Neither of you really need to look very hard because as soon as you begin to start tracking at this fast pace, you see a massive sunbeam off to the east.
I looked at Kiri.
That's either a Kendall or a Salix. Or both of them, now that I think about it.
Let's go.
Narratively, I would start turning in that direction.
Salix, it's your turn.
Perfect. I will attempt to stab her with my spear and run around her,
Okay.
still trying to get away.
Go ahead.
Oh, that wasn't great. 15?
That hits.
Ah, yes. Okay. Oh, yeah. 11 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then as my bonus action, I will use a key point to take Step of the Wind to disengage. And essentially I will continue my trek.
Okay.
Another 45 feet.
At the end of your 45 feet, there's another figure. This one is human. Rather large. Dressed similar to this previous one before you. They look like you would know with your monk ability or your monk training that they're of the same order. He holds out his hand to you. And he says, "Stop. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw."
Mm-hmm. Come on, Lionheart. Oh, that's good. That's good. Wisdom save 19.
That succeeds. You are not held. Kiri,
Yep.
it's your turn.
Alright, great. I will run in the direction of the big ass sun ray I just saw.
Give me an athletics check.
Sure, I'm good at these. Oh no, that's bad. I'm
have
gonna use my
advantages.
advantage on that. I'm using an advantage on that. That was a 1. Oh, that is significantly better. 17 total.
Okay. Seeing the sunbeam, you sprint harder. Devereaux, you feel a little jostled as you approach this sunbeam. And you arrive just in time to watch Kendall fall. You see in front of him this person, this figure, holding the sunbeam, and looks at you with a warning. They are holding it up and they're ready if you move closer to turn it on you.
I will just hold it. He doesn't have the book. He does not have the. None of us have the book here.
Roll persuasion.
The 3 of us, I will indicate all 3 of us, do not have the book.
Roll your
Persuasion?
Yep.
20 total.
Okay. We'll come back to you. Salix. Devereaux, I'm sorry, would you like to do anything?
I'll drop Deborah at this point as well.
Yeah.
I know you're trying to persuade with him, but he blasted my buddy. I see that face. I draw the... I don't draw, but I want to run up to Kendall's body.
Yeah.
And get between the two of them. And just, put my arms out. Leave him alone!
Make a persuasion check.
Fuck it. I'm just gonna use my crit.
Okay. Okay. Salix. What do you do? You have an instant crit.
Yay! Are they within melee of me or
Yes.
just okay? I will. I will shoot. I'm going to use another key point. I do believe those are all my key points to disengage using Step of the Wind again as my bonus action.
Okay.
And use my action to dash. This time I'm changing directions slightly and starting to circle back towards where I believe my brother probably is. I'm sure I've heard some crashes and shouting behind me.
Yes.
So I'm going to start making my way back there. But I don't want to directly go behind myself because I know that there are people between us at this point, probably.
You get to the end of your run. Not the end of your run. As you move, you feel it's like the walls are starting to close in on you as 4 figures are dashing right next to you. One of them's gonna reach out and attempt to grapple you. I need you to make an athletics or an acrobatics check, whichever is higher for you.
They're actually the same. You know what? I'm going to use my instant crit.
Okay. You slip out of their grasp and you hear a frustrated exhale.
Okay. And with my regular movement, which is 45, and my dash, that's 90 total feet this round.
You get the sense that these people following you are just as fast, if not faster than you.
Just to help track how far I've gone and how far I'm going back. Yep,
Okay.
that's essentially what I'm going to do.
So you're still running. Are you starting to make your curve? Okay. All right. You feel out from behind you. Let's see. They each get 2 attacks. Hold on. That's gonna be a 20 and a 18 to hit.
The 20 hits me.
Okay. You feel another quarterstaff come around and attempt to sweep your legs out from under you, but you are able to. It causes you to stumble, but you avoid it. Just from a tree coming up on your right, a quarterstaff comes and slams you in the chest. That's going to be 9 points of bludgeoning damage. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oof. Okay. I'm going to use one of my advantages because I don't think that's much better. 19.
That's a success. You are not stunned. The second one's going to take their 2 attacks on you. That's a 15 and a 21.
21 hits.
Another quarterstaff comes and knocks the wind, or knocks into your back right at the bottom of your spine, and you hear a sickening crack. You're going to take another 9 points.
I'm out.
Okay.
In mid-stride, I just fall face plant into a mulberry bush.
Okay. Kendall. Death saving throw, please.
Okay. Oof. Yeah, advantage on that.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Oh wait, no, that's a 12.
One success. As the sunbeam blinds you, you are vaguely aware of your friends approaching Devereaux and Kiri. But you still see your sister's face in the back of your mind. And you know that even though Kiri and Devereaux have found you, it is her who has the book. Kiri was actually supposed to go before you. Kiri, go ahead.
It's just a saving throw. It's not like it changed. What are we gonna do?
Okay.
I will slowly be like walking towards Kendall's body, hands up, definitely not going anywhere near my shield or my hammer.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have the book. The sister has it. Just take the book.
Am I still able to talk as I'm like... No, okay.
Just take the book. Don't hurt anyone anymore. All right, you can get what you came for. Just let us go.
He releases the sunbeam. And you see he brushes his temple, mutters something in Druidic. Kendall, you would recognize it as like a sending spell. But you can't really do anything about it because you're unconscious. And this archdruid begins to slip away from you.
Do I have my action? Because I would like to try and stabilize Kendall.
Yeah.
And if I'm correct, I have advantage on medicine checks relating to the twins because of that book I was reading in the library?
Yes.
13 total.
Let me roll for it. Yes. What does it look like as you stabilize him?
Oh god, he just got fucking sunbeamed. I don't know what kind of injury that leaves you with, but if there's like any raw, like, I'm thinking of like burns here. If there's any like burned up raw skin or anything like that, just bandaging and
Okay.
Just anything like that.
You seem to have been left alone. Salix. Please make a death saving throw. Please mark a
2.
failure. Would you like to narrate, or would you like me to?
You can narrate, since I am but a person, just face first in a mulberry bush, feeling very, very injured and head spinning,
You see
thinking of my brother, hoping he's okay.
You're thinking of your brother, but you see your Willow. You see her leaves. Before your ceremony, you were required to memorize every inch, every nook, every cranny on your Willow. You remember thinking how she never seemed quite real, even though you could touch her, feel her leaves against your skin. You hear her calling to you right now. You feel your tattoos flare. You can see, even though you are technically unconscious, you see out of the corner of your hazy gaze as these people are rifling through your possessions. Not touching your body as best they can, but really just searching you. Your tattoos flare for a moment. Curie, what are you doing?
If Kendall is stabilized, I would like to try and see where Salix might be.
Okay. How would you like to do that? Salix, how far did you get? Remind me.
Let's see, first round I did 50 feet from the point we started in the middle. 50 feet, and then I did, there was 90 feet in there.
Yep, and then one more of, I think it was a 50.
Yeah, though the night, probably about 50 of the 90 was me kind of coming back a little bit.
Okay.
So probably between 50 to 70 feet northeast of where I started.
Okay.
Or northwest, whichever. I don't remember which direction you said I went. But.
West.
Okay.
I would like to try to listen for anything going on. If she's in combat, I'll hear that, and if not, well, that brings its own set of problems.
Roll for perception. Deborah, what would you like to do?
That's bad. That's a 3.
You don't hear her. Deborah?
Kendall gonna be okay?
I think so.
Good. I'll be right back. And I just start running.
Where are you running?
Let's see. When the guy was talking, did he like look in a direction before he vanished?
He went south. Back towards the monastery.
I'm gonna go that way.
Okay.
She has to be somewhere nearby, and he knew where she was. So I'm just gonna start looking, and I just start dashing off.
Would you like to roll perception or survival to see if you can find this archdruid or your friend?
Survival, please.
Please roll.
Ooh, 14.
As you take off into the woods, you search for this figure that you convince to turn away from you and your friends, and you do not see them.
Oh no.
Salix, please make another death saving throw.
Okay, you've been nice. Let's try you. That was a 10.
1 success. The figures are continuing to rifle through your things. It's going to take them some time. You've hidden it well. Curie. I'm sorry, I totally skipped Kendall. Kendall, go ahead.
I'm still unconscious though, yeah?
You're stabilized, yeah. That's why I skipped you. You're unconscious.
Yeah.
Kiri. I'm not nervous, you're nervous.
Does it appear that Kendall will be okay?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna do a quick cursory glance at like my surrounding. Actually, no, fuck it. I'm gonna carry Kendall and try and find Salix.
Make a strength check.
Alright. Oh, that's bad. I'm gonna use an advantage. Oh, that is much better. 22.
Okay. What did I tell you to roll?
Strength check.
Okay. You are able to lift Kendall. Oh gosh, yeah. 411 Kiri lifting Kendall. Which way do you go?
Is there anything in my surroundings that might influence that decision?
I don't think so.
Great. Well, Dev just went south. So, ideally they'll start screaming or something if they find Salix.
Right.
So, I'm going to go north, but I'm going to be looking east and west as I go.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Oh, that's also good. 20 total.
Okay. You do hear some rustling to the northwest.
I will head in that direction at whatever speed I have left.
Okay. Salix, please make a death saving throw.
This is so stressful. Oh my gosh. Okay. You've been nice. I'm going to continue using you. 13?
It's a second success. You hear the voices of your parents. The tattoos on your arms, they lose their color. They lose the glow that they had for a moment. And you hear in your head, a voice you've only heard one time before during your ceremony. It's a soothing, calm voice of your Willow. You see a figure standing next to you. It's almost maternal. She has a humanoid figure, but you recognize her as the spirit. Green eyes, sallow skin, long, tangled hair. She gently brushes your hair behind your ear. No one seems to see her, only you. I need you to make another death saving throw.
Oh my gosh. 2. Can I use my advantages on these? I don't think I can, because I have 1 left.
You can use your advantage, and you also have 1 fate die.
Oh, I'm gonna use my advantage just because.
Okay.
That's an 11.
It's a third success.
Thank you, chat.
You feel yourself begin to stabilize. The blood. You're suffering from serious internal organs. Internal bleeding. But something settles, and you feel a gentle kiss on your forehead. And as your eyes go blank, she fades away.
I just think, thank you.
The last thing that you hear before you fall into the void of unconsciousness. We can't find it. We're taking her with us. your form is lifted, roughly placed over a shoulder. And the forest disappears from your vision. Kendall, roll a d4.
That's just a 1.
Okay. It takes you an hour to wake. Kiri and Devereaux, you do not find Kendall, and you do not find the druid. You do not find anybody in this forest. No matter how long you look. After an hour, Kendall wakes.
Where are we? Am I muted? Hello?
I just don't think I'm with you.
I will say after about an hour, you can regroup. Kiri, where would
Okay.
you have taken Kendall to regroup with Devereaux?
Oh god. Maybe by the lake, I guess. Because if I was split up from Dev, that's the last place they knew to regroup, so I'll just go to the lake, I guess.
You get to the lake.
How big are these woods?
Pretty big.
Okay.
The area around the monastery, not so much. It would take you maybe an hour or so to comb through everything, you think.
Okay, yeah. Then in the time it takes for Kendall to get up, I would like to have done all the searching I can.
Okay. Devereaux, you meet back.
I searched everywhere. I couldn't find anything.
Where is she? And I'm like trying to like roll over to try to get up. Where is she?
We don't know.
I'm not sure.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, someone called down something like fire to attack you, so we saw that.
I don't care about me. Where's my sister?
We don't know. We looked everywhere in the woods that she could have
No.
reached in the time she had, but we can't find her.
Where? And I try to start crawling and get up my... Serlix! No.
Kendall. I'll kneel down and put my hands on your shoulder.
No, we have to find her.
You're badly hurt. You can't go anywhere.
I don't care. Where's my sister?
We don't know.
Well, we have to find her.
Obviously. But you're in no condition.
I'll find her if it...
We will find her. But you can't right now. Look at you.
Salix. I don't care. I need to find her.
I know.
And I still keep trying to crawl back to where she was supposed to run, or like that way, that direction.
I take my hands off.
I use all my strength to try to get up and stumble and try to. And I grab my swords and I'm still like using them as like ways to prop myself up and still try to like as much as I possibly can like walk and.
Kendall.
No.
It's been an hour.
I don't care how long it's been. I will find her. Even if you don't think I can.
Did not say that. You
Kendall. With
I'm gonna start setting up a camp.
Kendall, with every step you take, exhaustion pulls at you. You blindly tear into this forest, Devereaux half-heartedly trailing after you. That is when you see her. She is clearly elven, but not like any elf you've ever seen before. Her skin is so pale, paler than anything you've ever seen that's still alive. Her eyes are blue, her ears are long, and she has black hair that's pulled into a tight, tall ponytail at the top of her head, falls dramatically behind her. She wears gold and bronze armor and a heavy black cloak with feathers atop. At her back is a greatsword. She stands in front of you. Crosses her arms. Are you quite done?
When it comes to my sister, never.
I was sent to you by my mistress. You want the power to get your sister back? Look at you.
What do you mean?
You can barely hold yourself together. You think your planar abilities are going to help you tear down the people who took her. Well,
I don't care what it takes. If it's my planar abilities or just my stupid bow, I'll get her back.
what if I give you something better than a bow?
Will it get her back?
It'll give you the ability to get her back.
Then give it to me.
I don't think you understand how deals work. You're
I don't think you understand how much I want to get her back.
Listen, young wood elf. Listen carefully. What I'm offering you cannot be given back. Cannot be taken back. You cannot go back on this deal. My mistress. She has a cold heart. But she is willing to give you a chance. She will give you her blade, her blessing, so that you may rescue your sister. And when you rescue your sister, you will take this blade and you will use it for her will. Is that understood?
If it means I get Salix back, your mistress can have whatever she wants of me.
Kendall, you hear those words that you've just spoken, but you hear them echoed all around you. As if you're in some sort of chamber. And your chest grows tight. As your breath leaves your mouth, you see it as if the temperature near you has dropped several inches. And this woman takes a few more steps towards you. She draws her greatsword. And she takes it. And with one hand on your shoulder, she reaches behind her for her blade, withdraws it, and slides it right into your chest. And that's where we're going to end today's session. We will pick up same time, same place next week.
Oof.
Nice. Nice.
Hi, I love y'all.
That was stressful. I love you too.
Oof.
I'm going to give a special shout out to our sponsors, Campaign Coins. They're amazing. Also, they're great people. If you like what you see here, come follow us on Twitch, please. Follow us on Discord, or come join our Discord. Follow us on Twitter. We're going to go ahead and do our outros. Is that what we call them? Who wants to start us off?
I mean, I would,
Yes,
but I
I
think
will.
I'm dead.
You're not dead. Hey, we should start because we almost died. Hi, I'm Eris Savad. When I'm not dying as Salix, I normally make stuff like dice trays and dice bags. I also play probably too many RPGs. You can find all the stuff that I do on Twitter. It's kind of a dumping ground of everything at Eris_Savad. You can find the stuff that I make and links to all the stuff that I've been in on my website at erissavad.com. And because you're watching this channel, you can use the code O4ABAY, like it's written in chat, to get 10% off your order. That includes custom stuff, for the record. Yep. That's my thing. I'm glad I'm not dead.
Good job.
I'm Juan Carlos. And in true fashion, I died again. Just kidding. We like to fall unconscious a
Mostly
lot,
dead.
don't we? Yeah.
Died twice tonight.
I played Kendall today, and you can find me anywhere at Sombrero. I run my own podcast called the Paradise Podcast. And next week, I'll be announcing a different project. So if you like things that O4A does, we'll have something else for you. So that's what I got.
Thanks, Juan Carlos.
Hi, I'm Ren. I can be found on Twitter at Thorny Dryad. That's like a prickly bush. Today, I had the privilege and pleasure of playing Devereaux Thistlebrook, the halfling fighter. I also participate in a podcast called Roads Uncharted, which will be premiering in March, and I will scream about that when it's out, just as I continue to scream about it every week. Thanks for watching, y'all.
Hi, friends. I have been, am, and will continue to be Alex. I played Kiri today, and yeah, you can find me on Twitter at AxeLevelCure. I'm saying a lot today. I will most likely be doing something for O4A once my summer break starts, but nothing until then. I'm not really allowed to have fun while the semester is going, so yeah, I think that's about it.
Oh, I didn't ask y'all for y'all's favorite part of the session. We'll talk about that in call-outs.
Oh, true.
I'm Camille. You can find me on Twitter at CamilleDoesDND. You can also find me. You can also find the channel on Twitter at open4adventure. Come hang out in our Discord while we talk about the crazy things that happened today. I'm super excited for next week. I will be at C2E2 next weekend. So it should be great. Yeah. I think that... Oh, our Warm Fuzzies. As part of our Patreon, we have a special tier for people who just want to support us. And that is our Warm Fuzzies. I would like to give a shout out to Bel Chavez. Whoop, 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 whoop. Callan. And Andrew, Fellowship of the Table. Thank y'all so much for supporting us. It means the world. It allows me to do things like buy my players microphones, buy my players arts, buy my... pay for us to file our taxes, which is going on right now. So, yeah. We will see y'all next time. Bye.